So in the last video we learned beforeEach and we used it to create a new instance of our math service. So in this video I'll teach you other functions Jasmine provides us like afterEach. So we can initialize afterEach in the same way. So see, we get it here, and inside this we can write our logic. So when we will use afterEach, so for example, if you want to implement a particular logic every time after your test case is finished, you want to add afterEach. For example, I want to clear my test data, right? For example, you want to clear your test data, like, and you want Jasmine to do this step every time after your test suit, each of your test suit. So in that case, you can see here, it clear my test data, clear my test data. So it would do that every time for you. So that is when you can use afterEach, or it can depend on your application logic when you want to use it. Also we have beforeAll. As the name suggests, beforeAll means only one time it will run before all of your test cases. It's not each, it's all. So before running all of these 3 test cases, it will run this piece of function. So inside this you could have, for example, something, for example, make a store, right? For example, if you make a store, and now if you go and see into your browser, then we can see that it make a store. So it didn't do it every time, it only did it once. That's why it's called beforeAll, and same goes for afterAll. For example, after implementing all of your test cases, you want to run something. For example, you want to destroy a component or something like that. It's just an example how you do in your normal Angular component file, like ng destroy. At the end you do something. So here, for example, at the end of the test cases you want to do something. It's like a lifecycle loop, right? So that time you can use this afterAll. So these are all the basic functions Jasmine provide, like beforeEach, afterEach, beforeAll, and afterAll. And we will use these functions if required in our main application, which is task_form.component. So as you can see, we have written all of our test cases and they have all passed. So are there any more test cases we can write? So one of them could be just a basic divide, which we have already discussed before, where we divide a number a by b, and that is pretty easy, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll just write the test case here. So I'll say, for example, service dot divide 20 by 20, this should equal to 1, and we'll change the heading. So as you can see, I've changed the heading for this one. So this one basically handles the exception. So it should give an exception when we divide it by 0, and this should divide 2 number correctly and should give us this result. So as you can see, we have got total 4 successes and all of them are here. Now, do you think we have covered all of the test cases for our service file? One for add method, subtract, and divide. But there is one more test case we can write, right? So that is for math service. Are we initiating our math service? Like, are we creating a new instance of our math service? Are we doing it successfully? Yes or no? So for that, what we can do is we can write one more test case. So we'll use the it block for that, and we'll say it should create a math service instance, and for that we can write, to check this if it's correct or not, if it's doing it or not, we will use expect as usual. We'll say expect, and then inside this we'll call the service, expect service dot to be. This time we don't want it to be equal or something, right? Because we're not comparing. What we want to know if it is created or not. So we'll use the Jasmine matcher, which is to be truthy. So as you can see, like, we have to be falsy, to be greater than, so we'll use to be truthy. So if this statement is true, like if this statement is true, then our test case should pass. So you can see total 5 successes already. So you can see we have all of our test cases here. So now if you want to know, so now this means we have created all of our test cases. So now I can say, yes, I have created all of our test cases required for my math.service.ts file. In the next video, we will learn about code coverage.